I'm frequently asked by gardeners what kind of dirt should I use in my indoor container gardens? And the answer is a potting mix, but it's a little more complicated than that because not all potting mixes are created equal. In fact, from brand to brand, there's a great deal of variation as to what they put in that soil. And sometimes even from bag to bag in the same brand, you find variation. So as a gardener, it's important to be able to look at your soil and know what you're getting. And for me, anytime I'm looking at a bag of dirt, I want to find one that's opened and I want to look at what is inside. And when you're looking at a potting mix, you want to choose one that's fairly dark. You want to choose one that the bits of stick and bark that's in it is flexible and brittle. That means that it has been composted and it is in the process of breaking down. If you find one that has bits of wood that you can actually see the grains of wood in it and it's a very light color, this is actually a shredded tree that they just put into the mix and it hasn't been composted at all. And things like this will actually take nitrogen out of the soil away from your plants in order to break down. So your preference is the darker soil with the darker bits and pieces in it. And sometimes those pieces are fairly big and sometimes they're fairly small. But the bits of bark need to be no bigger than about 1/4 of an inch. And honestly, with my potting mixes, I always sift them because there's always bigger pieces in there. And if you're growing in a container garden, you don't want to waste root space on a big piece of wood that isn't composted yet. So I get the darker mix, I sift it through my 1/4 inch sifter, which gives you a fine, light, airy soil that's great for the roots of your indoor plants. But most importantly, potting mix is sterile. They've treated it so that there's no bacteria, there's no fungi, there's nothing in here that's going to cause a problem when you bring it into your home. So this will be able to be a great mix for your indoor container gardens, and they'll make your plants very healthy, and that's going to make you very happy.